Hey guys, my name is DividableHalo and welcome to another interview. Today I'm joined by Kurt Amberos, or Master LagLink, or whatever you like to call him. He's Kurt from Highcom. How are you doing today?
Very good. How about you?
I'm doing excellent. So today we're going to be talking with our first UNSC guest, and we're going to be talking about the history of you, Kurt, and Highcom, and Splinter Cell, and Panther, and all your good buddies.
Oh my.
Alright, so you want to tell us first how you joined the Halo Clan community? Or
Uh,
when?
back back in Halo 2 is when I first joined, when everybody was all super serious and super competitive. I was picked up by a clan called the UNSC after like thrashing their entire clan by myself after they made my entire team rage quit. That was actually interesting. I wish I had the film for that still. I'd post it on YouTube.
Alright, so basically how long were you in the UNSC?
Till it collapsed.
When was that?
About mid Halo 3.
All right. Was there a cause for it being collapsed?
It collapsed due to a bunch of power struggles and people just not getting along.
All right. So what were you doing after basically the UNSC?
After the UNSC, the Oni that was a part of the UNSC actually recruited me in and told me to go do spy work.
And what had you done in spy work?
What have I done in spy work? Well, let's see. Let's take a quite a long history look back at everything that I've done.
All right.
Everything dealing with the JFCA was set up and directed by Oni as a way to ruin their reputation, and it obviously worked. And even then, without my help whatsoever, they still did ruin their reputation.
All right. Do you want to elaborate more? Because I kind of did not understand that.
More or less, like how everybody viewed the JFCA as war hungry.
Mm-hmm.
That was all set up because back in like 2010, everybody took everything like super serial,
All right.
and
Yeah. Sorry.
yeah,
Sorry.
and more or less, everybody just like needed to cut loose a little. That's kind of what they were trying to get everybody to do, was start cutting loose a little bit. It worked eventually.
All right. So basically, more of the action towards clans. For you? Did it happen in like the Halo Reach era or like the beginning of Halo Reach?
Uh, it was Halo 3 was like off and on with clans, but I was active in clans, then I went inactive, then I became active again.
All right.
But that was because, well, a bunch of stuff in real life was going down.
Okay.
And then Halo Reach, that's when like I started no-lifing it.
All right. So, what did you start off in Reach with? Like, were you still with the JFCA or?
I didn't join JFCA until about 2011, like early 2011, I think. I forget.
All right. Okay. So, what we want to talk about probably the most is that we want to know the history of your whole operations with like the Splinter Cell clan and Panther and everything. So, you just want to go into a big story about that?
Oh, well, I can just summarize that. We did that literally. It was me and a group of friends that just wanted to troll Panther. Obviously, it worked because he had like hired like, well, I don't want to say hired, but hired. That's the only word I could think of. Enlisted, hired. I don't know. I'm trying to think of another word for it. But more or less, he basically tried rallying all these people up just to assassinate me and take pretty pictures and put them on YouTube. I mean, yeah, I did it just to really just screw with him. It worked, like I said, obviously, but nah.
So, I believe like the Splinter Cell also caused problems with other clans in the community. What other clans were they, and what did you guys do to them?
DOD, and we just kept annoying SOCOM.
That's basically it. So, what did you do to annoy them?
Kept espionage, assassinating him. He'd get really, really ass hurt about it. Excuse my language. Um, yeah, that was quite interesting. We literally have people. We even took Shadow Sniper from him, not Shadow Sniper 172 for those idiots in the community. Because I believe Shadow Sniper was still in the UN during that time. I forget. I don't know. I'll have to look at everything.
All right, so let's move briefly into let's say the time of when Splinter Cell ended?
Splinter Cell ended. It was more or less just going dark and like kicking back and chilling with friends. Still doing clan stuff, just not as much. Went into the UUF for a while. That was another Oni operation. It was to watch and see what they were doing, see if Strike was willing to change or anything. That, yeah, after I left and a few other people left with me, it was more or less just like, yeah, there was no change. There was no change to see.
All right. So what have you done after that, basically?
After that, I decided Highcom, and we're going to go back to my roots with the community,
All right.
which
And
is from Halo 2, and it was UNSC clans.
so when was the time you made the transition from Master LagLink to uh, Kurt?
That was over the transition of like, when was that? I've been through about, let's see, I've been through about 7 accounts already because of getting banned because, people really, I have that magical ability to just drop internets, but I don't use it. Like, I haven't hit anybody for like the last 8 months and people are still like super scared of me. I mean, it's a game. If your internet goes out, what do? You go outside.
All right. So why are you basically dropping people's internet?
More or less, most of the people that are claiming that I'm doing it for no reason, they have made threats.
Okay. And what is your opinion on people that claim that they could drop other people's internet, such as this person known as UF Warlord or Wolverine?
Okay, first off, anybody who believes him needs to just hang themselves. I'm just going to be completely bluntly honest with that. You just hang yourself if you think he can actually do anything.
All right. So I want to talk about something because basically me and a couple people probably that are watching this video don't completely understand the Spartan program. And how did you become a Spartan?
That was during the transition towards the end of Halo 2 to mid Halo 3.
All right.
When everything went downhill, that's when everybody finished.
All right. So
my class comprised of a class of 16 and ended up dropping down to like a class of 5 by the end of it.
All right. So what is the Spartan? What is the Spartan program that got you to be a Spartan?
Intense training, I guess, is how most people would see it. Like, yeah, you had no life. The training that we went through was about a year long.
Right.
Some people are doing 2 years now. I'm just like, that's a little excessive.
Okay. Were you one of the first people that are currently still in the community to be a Spartan?
I was after the original generations of Spartans. I'm a Generation 1 conscript, meaning I was trained after the original generation.
And how many Spartans have you trained?
Currently, let's see. There's Samuel. I'm trying to look because there's quite a few in my game right now. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people right now in the game, and others that dropped out that couldn't handle it.
So what does it take to be a Spartan?
A lot of time and dedication.
Okay. Do you want to tell us more about your boot camps and training?
More or less, we strive for the patience aspect of everything, especially with raids, because all these little rules and stuff. Really, all you got to do is just wait out the enemy, and then they'll end the game. That's how it is now.
Yeah.
It's literally just wait the enemy out. You'll eventually win. They'll end the game, and then they'll try and claim it a win, but they ended the game, or they kicked you.
Is that more or less what happened to you in these last couple days?
That's what's been happening left and right recently.
All right. So how did Highcom first come to power?
Come to power. I don't really see it.
How did it first start off?
More or less, it was started off as me and X9 Last Frost now, who is in Navcom now. His name is I'm trying to remember how he's an ODST in Navcom. That's all I know. I don't know his gamer tag because I don't really pay attention to them. He left. When he left, it was more or less meh. Everybody was just like, oh well. A few people wanted him back and all that, but that's getting off topic unless you want to go to that later. But more or less, me, him, and a few other people were like, you know what? Because he was in the original class as well. and he's like, all right, whatever, I'll help you out with this. We'll do it. We'll start it up. And then we were trying to enlist one of our other friends named Seth Ackerman on Facebook. His gamer tag's like King Ripper now. Yeah, but King Ripper shortly left the clan, became a Singili for a while, and then that's a story for another time.
So what's the purpose of being a Spartan?
Basically, being loyal to the clan itself. The purpose is most people see the purpose as to be loyal to the clan that you're in. It shows loyalty, especially after you change your name. Especially people who change their name mid-conscription. It's actually funny, because I've had quite a few people drop out after doing that. But honestly, do you want to know what it takes to be a Spartan?
Yes.
Practically just to be the... Hold on, let me fucking remember this real quick. It's because I'm trying to dodge tank bullets right now too. So I'm gonna read. But it's more or less to be the protectors of humanity. Like whenever the Sangili clans act up, we drop what we're doing with all the insurrectionists and just say, hey, get down, and then go back to it. Basically, to be a Spartan, though, it's, like I said, be humanity's protectors. It's a bunch of other things with that, too, but I don't know. A lot of people don't really go into that for reasons.
Okay.
Because it violates the Noni code that some people really don't want to violate.
Alright. So, basically, after you were probably, the first UNSC clan was called, basically UNSC, right?
It was one of the first. Navspec War was also one of the first. People don't realize that UNSC was much smaller than Navspec at the time.
Alright, so let's talk about Navspec. Like, how did it first start? Were you there?
Navspec? No, I was not in Navspec.
Okay. Do you know anything about Navspec?
Other than that they hold the title as of right now as the longest standing UNSC clan. The leader is in the U.S. Navy, from what I've been told, and after me and him have talked. That's what I was told. So getting a hold of him is quite a pain sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I heard that he was back from Japan. I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah.
Okay, so do you have any relations with the Navspec?
Other than having a massive amount of respect for them because they are one of the longest standing UNSC clans, we really have nothing, no ties with them whatsoever at this point.
Alright. So
God, that lag.
So I want to talk about a little bit about an issue going on, as I've been talking and doing a lot of interviews with people so far, and you've probably seen a couple of them, right?
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of them.
And majority of the topics I talk about is asking about the UNSC clans, and a lot of people really don't have positive feedback about the UNSC clans, except for Panther, maybe.
Yeah, probably. That's the one person I'd expected to actually just, I don't know. Especially after how, Navspec and them all treated him.
Yeah. So do you want to, tell me more about why do people not like the UNSC clans?
It's because, more or less, that's actually... A lot of people just don't like UNSC clans because they think we're oppressive and they don't actually sit down and talk with us and chill out with us. Now, there are clans like that out there. I'm not going to say that there are not, but there are.
Mm-hmm. What clans might be an example of that?
Well, you got clans like Navcom that just don't know when to quit.
All right.
That's one reason why people hate the UNSC community. I'm going to say this now. Highcom is completely guilty of not quitting. We don't give up.
Yeah.
We will fight till the very end. Or until we're kicked, booted offline, hacked, whatever the hell you want to do.
Yeah. So, is there any more reasons why else? Because I've also heard, the sole purpose, like you're saying, as the UNSC clans were to fight the basically Sangheili clans. But
yeah, that was in Halo 2, and then Insurrectionist became a thing, and yeah.
Because now, basically, there's a lot of topics popping up on how, UNSC clans, such as Navcom, are taking on military clans just for the sole purpose.
Yeah, they're doing it just for activity. That's the entire point of a clan, is to have activity and have fun with friends.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't agree with UNSC attacking UNSC, but hell, if I have to do it, I'm going to let them shoot first.
But one thing that was a big problem was in Halo 4 or like Halo Reach during the time of Halo 4, a lot of small clans were being attacked by UNSC is what people have been telling me, and basically
Small clans.
UNSC clans like Navcom basically they fight really hard and don't know when to give up on like fighting clans until they basically leader backs down.
Yeah.
So do you believe like some clans may have posed problems such as the UNSC?
Yeah, some yes, some no. Some people the problem with most of that is we don't know the whole story. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I've actually witnessed some of those clans that are claiming that they're actually the ones who poke and prod at Navcom first.
Mm-hmm. All right. So do you know when Navcom was first created or any knowledge?
Navcom was created after a split between Navspec War and Dunbar.
All right. And do you know much people in Navcom?
I know most of them hate me.
Why would that be?
Past and they can't get over themselves.
All right. So do you want to elaborate on the past?
Well, I know they're Jai, if I am correct. Jai is Revolution L, or yeah. He was pretty mad because there was a pretty little picture of him on YouTube during the era of trolling the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
There was quite a few pictures of like everybody in there. Syndrome, who is Navcom's Kurt. That's funny. I found that as a funny one.
Okay. So let's talk about your Spartan, Kurt. What made you decide to become Kurt?
That's who my trainer was. And I said, you know what? I look up to you a lot. He's like, then take my spot whenever I'm gone. I'm like, okay.
All right. So have you researched more into Kurt?
I've read quite a lot. Kurt died during the Battle of Onyx, basically saving Blue Team's ass, like normal.
All right. So what is your opinion on the community on how it stands right now, like the activityness and everything?
The activityness with MCC being currently busted, raids can still happen. Don't get me wrong, I've seen a few raids. Those are pretty hectic though. Like everybody spawns at the same exact time,
Yeah.
and then it's basically a slaughter fest for who gets the base and locks it down first.
Okay. So do you think the community is losing more activity or no?
A lot of clans are gonna jump back to Reach until the game's fixed. I personally am like right now. I'm on Reach, helping one of my friends' clans train.
Now I believe you also said that you went back to Reach to fight basically.
The ASM, yes, they were. The ASM is led by a guy named Century Precursor. Some of you may actually know him. Uh, he lost his marbles. He's literally lost his marbles at this point.
All right. So why is the main problem? You're just like fighting him.
More or less, he's got a god complex, and he's trying to force rules upon people. And I don't really like forcing rules upon people. I think that it should just be the rules that everybody agreed on back in the day. The only rules that were ever agreed upon by everybody.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you would like to add on to this interview? Because you're probably one of the first people that actually make the interview like pretty short, pretty standard.
Yeah. Other than everything, if anyone has any questions, they can message me. I'm pretty sure Dividable with my gamer tag in the description below. If not, you can just come on Facebook and message me. Your call. I don't really care. It's up to you.
Okay. So we're gonna ask you on this last question, and this is probably going to be the last question because I kind of don't have anything else. You answered everything really quick, really fast, and you basically went through your history really fast and really quick. All right. So
Yeah.
this last question I'm going to ask you is, how do you believe this Halo community can benefit and become more active and more people involved?
If people would stop just bitching, moaning, and complaining about every little aspect. Like right now, we're in a game where, like I said, we're helping one of my friends' clans train. There's only 5 of them, and there's 11 of us. They have a modded tank Falcon, and we're not. We know people. Yeah, a few of my guys are complaining about it, but not all of them are complaining about it because we're all like, whatever. It's just another tank.
All right. So is that all you got to say?
Yeah, the community. Other than that, the community just needs to realize that why change? Why change something that wasn't broken and then breaking it? That's literally what's going on.
All right. Okay. So I believe that this is it for the end of the interview. I'd like to thank you for coming on this interview, Kurt.
Yep.
Anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like it up, leave a comment down in the description below on what you guys thought of Kurt, and once again, if you guys have any questions or comments you want to talk to him about, just feel free to message him on Xbox Live or so. I'll leave his gamer tag down in the description below.
I love
Anyways,
you all.
yeah, congratulations, Kurt, on being the person with the shortest interview ever.
Woo.
You are completely like Panther in a way.
Guess.
He created the longest interview, you created the shortest. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching.